In the annals of ancient history, one chapter stands out as a pivotal moment of power, strategy, and conquest: the Battle of Megiddo. This epic clash unfolded in 1457 BCE, when Pharaoh Thutmose III, at the helm of the Egyptian Empire, faced off against a formidable coalition of Canaanite rulers. The outcome of this battle would not only determine the fate of empires, but would also etch the name Megiddo into the annals of history. Thutmose III, a remarkable ruler, was thrust into the role of pharaoh at a tender age of 2. For years, his powerful stepmother and aunt, Hatshepsut, had reigned as regent and co-ruler, overshadowing his authority. However, this early exposure to the inner workings of Egypt's politics and military would lay the groundwork for Thutmose III's later ascendancy as a military genius. The conventional belief that Thutmose III harbored resentment towards Hatshepsut for her extended reign is now a matter of historical debate. Recent evidence suggests that his actions were aimed at reducing the influence of Hatshepsut's family rather than a personal vendetta against her. In any case, Thutmose III emerged as a dynamic and powerful pharaoh, positioning himself to become one of Egypt's greatest military leaders. At the heart of the Battle of Megiddo lay the power dynamics of the ancient Near East. The region was a checkerboard of great powers and city-states, including the Hittites, Mitanni, and Kassites. These mighty states, dominated by Indo-Aryan elites, jostled for control over this ethnically diverse region. Yet it was Egypt, which had recently thrown off the yoke of the Hyksos, that posed the most significant challenge to these great powers. Egypt's campaign into the Levant brought riches and trade, reducing the local Canaanite city-states to vassals. With Egyptian influence expanding north, the Canaanite rulers, with the support of the Mitanni, seized an opportunity to revolt against their Egyptian overlords. The king of Kadesh, a powerful Canaanite ruler, played a central role in organizing the rebellion, with the city of Megiddo being strategically vital to their efforts. Megiddo, positioned in the Jezreel Valley in modern Israel, commanded the Via Maris, the main trade route linking Egypt and Mesopotamia. The city's strong fortifications and fertile surroundings made it an ideal location for a coordinated uprising against the Egyptians. Simultaneously, it hindered Egyptian trade, while shielding the allied cities to the north from Egypt's military might. The roads leading to Armageddon were perilous. Pharaoh Thutmose III, leading an army of 10,000 to 20,000 troops, embarked on a long and treacherous journey. Upon reaching the city of Yemen, he faced a critical decision. Scouts reported 3 possible routes to Megiddo, with the central route being the shortest but exceedingly narrow. Despite the risks, Thutmose III gambled on the element of surprise and chose the central route, a decision that would prove instrumental to the battle's outcome. At the break of dawn, the Battle of Megiddo commenced as the Egyptians, led by Pharaoh Thutmose III, overwhelmed the few Canaanite sentries guarding the central route. With the path secured, the Egyptian army moved into the Jezreel Valley and established their camp. The Canaanite forces, situated to the northwest and southeast, were caught off guard. Thutmose III then executed a brilliant night march, positioning his army closer to the Canaanite forces, setting the stage for the battle's climax. The exact state of preparedness of the Canaanite forces at Megiddo remains unclear. However, it's evident that the Egyptian military, consisting of about 1,000 chariots and 10,000 infantrymen, was evenly matched in numbers with their Canaanite counterparts. Thutmose III divided his army into 3 divisions, creating a concave formation that threatened both flanks of the Canaanite forces. The Egyptians unleashed a furious assault on the Canaanites, with Thutmose III personally leading the charge. In the intense battle that ensued, the Canaanites were overwhelmed after a brief but fierce struggle. While the Egyptians suffered around 4,000 casualties, the Canaanite losses were far more substantial, with 8,000 killed and 3,400 wounded. The survivors retreated to the safety of Megiddo's walls, which they sealed, preventing further Egyptian pursuit. The Battle of Megiddo was won, but the victory was not as conclusive as it might have been. The aftermath of the Battle of Megiddo saw the Egyptian soldiers looting the Canaanite encampment, allowing many Canaanites to escape into the city. Despite this, the city of Megiddo eventually capitulated, and its king and citizens were spared, albeit under the condition of paying tribute to Pharaoh Thutmose III. The spoils of victory included 924 chariots, 200 suits of armor, 502 bows, 340 prisoners, livestock, and much more. This triumph expanded Egypt's territory and influence, bringing prosperity and wealth to the empire. Pharaoh Thutmose III's victory at the Battle of Megiddo marked the zenith of the Egyptian empire. Although threats to its dominance still loomed, they were substantially diminished. Egypt's wealth and influence surged, making the new kingdom one of its most prosperous eras. Today, the details of the Battle of Megiddo are preserved in the hieroglyphics adorning the temple of Amun-Re at Karnak, meticulously recorded by the military scribe Canaanites. This battle also holds the distinction of being the first recorded conflict with a casualty list and the first known use of the composite bow in warfare. Furthermore, the term Armageddon, derived from the name Megiddo, has become synonymous with apocalyptic scenarios. For the Canaanites and their Mitanni allies, the Battle of Megiddo must have felt like an Armageddon of their own. In the wake of the Battle of Megiddo, Thutmose III's legacy endured, securing Egypt's prominence in the ancient world and leaving an indelible mark on the pages of history.